Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. So in today's video I'm going to be building what I interpret to be a kind of American style house, or like a typical family home. So I haven't actually been to like American suburbs. I've traveled to New York before, but there's not really many suburbs. So I've been to the city. This is literally just coming off of what I've seen in films and that kind of stuff. So like I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, what's it called, High School Musical or something like that. So films like that is kind of where I get this impression of what some houses look like. Maybe it's different in other areas, but I just wanted to build like a typical kind of American style house. I mean, I might be completely off. Please don't like come for me if I am completely wrong in this. But I'm just kind of basing this off films and stuff. None in particular. I just kind of sat down and started building this, and it kind of turned out to be that. I didn't sit down and think I'm going to build an American style kind of house, but it kind of just happened. So I hope you enjoy. So as you can see, this build is kind of coming together quite quickly, and at the minute I'm trying to figure out the garage on the side. So I knew that I wanted to have a garage, but the way I didn't want it to be on the foundation like the rest of the house was, and there is actually a way that you can put it not on the foundation if you connect two walls together, but when I did that it deleted the roof, and I can't remember how you do it completely. I've done it before in a video, I think, but I couldn't remember completely. So in the end I decided to actually use the terrain manipulation tool, which, if you're regular to my channel or if you've seen a few of my videos before, I'm not a massive fan of. I don't tend to use it just because I kind of struggle with the controls. I don't know how to use them properly, but I did it in this one, so I'm actually quite happy with it because I kind of got the effect that I wanted with not the house being on the foundation in the garage part, but I wanted the house to be on the rest of the foundation, but I wanted them to be connected. So I kind of did that using the terrain manipulation, and you can see now I've only just realised that you can't use like floor tiles on it, so I just use a terrain paint to do kind of like the garage, leading up to the garage. But yeah, so I'm actually currently recording this at like 4 o'clock today, so I don't know what time this goes up. I'm hoping that this goes up in about an hour or two. I don't know, I'm on a tight schedule because I've got to like upload this and do other kind of stuff. But I'm actually really excited at the minute because the new Sims 4 trailer is coming out tonight, and do you know what? I'm actually not sure what time it's coming out because they tweeted something like something strange is coming tomorrow or something along the lines of that. It might not actually be exactly what they tweeted, but something along the lines of that. And then they said at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I thought that normally they announced it at like 11 Pacific Standard Time, and so I was a bit confused. And then SimGuru Kate tweeted 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I'm not sure when it's actually coming out. It could be coming out at like, is it 5 or 6 or 7? One of them three. I'm not sure. I'm in Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, so I live in the UK, so I don't follow Pacific Standard Time. I've tried following it on the internet, but I'm just not sure what time it's coming out. But there is a new trailer coming out tonight, and if you're watching this in the future, you would have already know what it'd be because you've probably already watched the trailer. But I'm really, really excited for it. And do you know what? When they announced it, or they showed the first GIF, so they use a GIF of it, and it was of a load of people dressed in like military kind of outfits, and they had like little necklaces on and like army hats and all that kind of stuff. I was just very hopeful, but I was like, okay, that's university is confirmed and all that kind of stuff, because my thought process was that you could go to university, but if you didn't want to go into like a major or whatever, you could join the military. And then I kind of looked, this is literally, it came out and I was busy working, I didn't see it, and my friend sent me it, and that's what I thought like at first. And then I actually then went onto Twitter, because when there's like a new game pack released or anything, Twitter is the place to be. To be fair, I'm actually always on my Sims Twitter. If you don't follow me, you should. Actually, no, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can if you want to. My Twitter is down below in the description box. But when I first went onto Twitter, I then saw all the sim gurus tweeting like different pictures, or they changed the display picture, and they're all like really strange faces, and I'm just so excited. Like, I literally have not a clue what it could be. Like, I kind of have a slight clue, but it could be like a zombie apocalypse, or it could be I don't know really. Do you know what? I'm excited though. That's all I can say is I'm so excited for a new game pack. We haven't actually had a game pack I think the last game pack was Jungle Adventure, I think. I might be getting that wrong, but I think it was Jungle Adventure, and that was like this time last year. And I'm saying a game pack because when they put it on YouTube, the picture at the top, the picture they posted at the top, the banner was the blue colour of the game pack. So obviously game packs are blue, stuff packs are green, and expansion packs are typically whatever they're feeding when they're designing it. But game packs are blue, and it is the exact same blue that they use to advertise or for the advertising in game packs. So I don't think it is University now, because University would be an expansion pack, I assume. But yeah, but I'm very, very hopeful that it's some kind of survival kind of game, or I don't know. I would love some kind of off-the-grid system in The Sims, and if that can offer some sort of it, then I'm so happy. But I am actually one of them few lucky people that I like everything that the game comes out with. I didn't really agree with my first pet stuff. I did think it was kind of like a cheap shot kind of thing. But the majority of the packs, or all of the other packs apart from my first pet stuff, I was very, very happy with, and I have been very happy with. I mean, there's some like things that I would have done differently, but I'm just overall just excited for a new game pack, basically. And so yeah, hopefully this video goes out before it's announced, because like I said, it could be between 5, 6 or 7, because I don't know Pacific Standard Time, and it's not clear if it's being uploaded at 10 or 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, I'm just excited. I can't wait for a new pack. I did like Get Famous, but it just kind of annoys me a little bit. Not annoys me, but like, I don't really want all my Sims to be famous, and the acting career is great, but once you've done it once or twice, then it gets a little bit boring. This is how I feel anyway. I do really like all the build and buy objects. It still is in like my top 7 packs from The Sims. So yeah, I'm just really, really hoping it's something like a zombie apocalypse or something like that. There is a lot of Strange Town references, which I am so happy with. I absolutely love Strange Town in Sims 2. I always used to play. I can't think of the family name, but they weren't even family. They might have been brothers. I'm not completely sure. I think they were friends. There was 3 men, and one of them was pregnant with an alien baby, and that was the household I always played in. Like, I used to literally spend so much time in that household. So if it's a Strange Town kind of inspired pack, I am so down for that. I'm not completely sure, please don't quote me on this and then come back at me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Sim Guru Grant once tweeted that Strange Town was his favourite pack, and he kind of gets a say. Well, he's not like, okay, we're going to do this, but he does get a very good say in what they release, I think. I'm not completely sure, but so maybe it is Strange Town because it's their favourite. I don't know, but I'm down for it. Whatever it is, I am down for it, and I cannot wait if it is, because Strange Town was just the one. And if you didn't play The Sims 2 or 3, or maybe you played The Sims 3 but not Sims 2, it's absolutely fine. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I've seen a few tweets saying that they're a little bit confused and they don't know if it's going to be a game for them. Maybe it's like a game for some of the older not the older Simmers, but the people that have been playing it for a little bit longer. Honestly, I don't think they would ever do something that would make anyone feel not included in the franchise because it is a very nice, warm, welcoming community, and I just don't think that they would make something just for certain people. This is getting really deep. I don't mean to be so deep, but I'm just saying I think that it's going to be a really good pack, and if it is Strange Town, I'm going to love it because it was my favourite world in The Sims 2, and if it is Strange Town, then that's great. If it's not Strange Town, then that's also great. I just want a new game pack, basically. But anyway, aside the new pack announcement, let's actually talk about the build a little bit. So as you can see, I've kind of got the grasp of how everything looks and like the outside structure. The pathway actually leading up to the front door, I do actually change that. I don't do that on camera though, just because it just didn't look right to me. So I did actually add like a kind of grass effect over to it, so it still is that same terrain, but just a little bit more blended in. But yeah, so anyway, now I'm just moving on into the interior, and I should actually mention that this house is for four Sims. There is 2 bedrooms, and so there's a parent's bedroom, and then there is another bedroom which is actually in the garage. And I just thought it'd be really, really cool to have 2 teenage boys in the garage living together. So 2 brothers who share the garage, and it's kind of their space. I could have made it into another, like 2 separate rooms instead of one big one. But I just thought maybe it was a little bit more realistic to have someone share a bedroom, and their room is actually my favourite room in the whole entire house. It's just so cool. I never, ever make Sims share their bedrooms. It's just something that I just don't tend to ever do, and so I kind of want to start doing it a little bit more. I don't know if that will bother anyone. If it does, let me know, and maybe I won't do as much, but I did actually really like kind of combining 2 beds, and it just looks really nice. I'm just really happy with it. But anyway, now I'm just moving on and doing the kitchen. When I was deciding on the counter swatch, I had a bit of a hard time. I ended up just going for the default ones from the Parenthood. I think the Parenthood counters. And the sink that I have actually placed, I do actually delete and I replace it with the sink from Parenthood. I always forget that the Parenthood counters have like a counter sink, which matches the rest of the counters. I always forget that, and so when I came and did the bathroom, I remembered, and so I did place it back in, and just replaced the one that is there. It's in the same spot and everything, it's just the one that matches the counters a little bit more. But yeah, now I'm moving on, and I'm just doing the lounge/dining area. And this area I had a little bit of trouble with because I wanted a big table, but the space that it was in, it was a bit small, and so I struggled with it for a long time. I think I cut the majority of it out, the struggle. But in the end, I do actually end up using this laundry day table in the white swatch, and then I mix it with some Parenthood chairs, I think. I just couldn't actually find a swatch of chair which matched this table. There probably is one, but I just couldn't find one, and so I decided to make it the white table just so it matched with the chairs a little bit more. And so yeah, so this is kind of like the dining room bit, and the dining room and lounge are kind of all together. It's a very open plan kind of living area. So the kitchen is quite small, but I think it's quite cute. I just think it's adorable, the kitchen. So the kitchen, lounge and dining room are all kind of intertwined into one. And yeah, but now I'm just moving on and just doing the little lounge area, and oh my god, this bit with the rug, I struggled for so long to try and find a rug which fitted in perfectly with what I wanted to do, and all the rugs just weren't happening, and just weren't doing it for me. And in the end, I actually used the circle rug from Laundry Day, the one that I've just placed down now, the little like flowery one. I wouldn't have used this, I don't think, if it wasn't a circle rug. Like, it wasn't kind of the theme that I wanted for this room, like that kind of rustic theme. But I think it works, especially with the seasoned sofas. I rarely ever use them seasoned sofas. I don't know why. I do actually really, really like them. But half the time I use 3-seater sofas instead of 2-seater sofas. And so yeah, but I use them in this build, so that's all that matters. We're not speaking about other builds. But now I'm just trying to figure out what to put on top of the fireplace, and in the end I actually put some cats and dogs pictures up and they're my favourite pictures in the whole entire game. I absolutely love the one, especially the one on the left of like the trees on the hill. I absolutely love that painting. It's just my favourite. But now I'm moving on and doing the bathroom. With the bathroom, I kind of went for like a blue/brownie kind of theme, and that was to match the shower. And currently I was just playing around with the toilet roll. So I remember a few weeks ago when The Sims did a live stream. It wasn't a Maxis Monthly, it was something else. The other one, the Guru Garage, that's what it's called. And they were, when I like tuned in, because I wasn't there like exactly on time, they were playing around with the toilet rolls, and I noticed that one was flipped the other way, and then the other was like the paper was on the other way, if that makes any sense, like the two ways of doing it. And I never knew that it even had it like different metal swatches, and so this was the first time since actually going into the game that I actually wanted to look at it and like thought to look at it, and so that's why I did play about with them for a little bit just then. But now I'm going in and just doing the master bedroom. So this is where the parents sleep. So this bedroom is like a kind of beigey kind of pastel green kind of colour, and the green obviously comes from the bed sheets, and I actually really like that bed frame. And I feel like every single time I do a build and every single time I use this bed frame, I always say that I'm going to use it more, and I absolutely love it, and I always forget that it's there. It's because the swatch that it comes in the display picture, I'm not a massive fan of. It's a kind of patchwork I think it's the patchwork one, but maybe that's why I never really tend to go for it, because I always forget that there is plain swatches. I don't think there's actually that many plain swatches of this one in particular, but I do actually really like the green in this, and the green actually matches the boys' bedroom perfectly. So you can kind of see in the corner I've done like a kind of pastely kind of green kind of colour for the boys' room, and I mean, I could have done that for this room, but I felt like it would be too green overload. So I decided to go for the beige wallpaper in this room anyway. But now I'm moving on and just cluttering up the dresser. I can't actually speak. Cluttering up the dresser, and I've just put some bits and bobs on. I really want some more mum and dad kind of clutter, or just some more clutter for bedrooms, which isn't neither for boy or girl, just kind of clutter I can use for mums and dads' bedrooms, because I always use the same folded sheets and I always use the same dog statue, and I just want some more. But anyway, now I'm moving on and I'm doing the teenage boys' bedroom. So the bed I actually use comes in two swatches with the same bed frame colour, so I think it's the one from Kids Room Stuff, and it comes in like this black wood, and then the same wood comes in like a different bed cover swatch, and so I wanted to use both of them because I felt like it'd be too overpowering with two of the army kind of swatch and then one of the, like, do you know what I mean? Like, so I decided to use both of them just because if there's two swatches with the same bed frame, I'm going to use it because I want them not to really be the same person. I want to kind of show their personalities. I kind of imagine that one brother is more into science and just gaming and all that kind of stuff, and the other one is kind of the one that uses the basketball hoop in the back garden more than the other one. That's just kind of what I imagine. That is kind of like a typical scenario though in the films, and I was kind of imagining this house to be like a typical American style family home, so maybe that's why I did that. But if you don't like it, it's not like a massive like obvious thing, but you can kind of see this side that with the army swatch on, I decided to make kind of like the sciencey kind of teenage boys side. Although it is one big room, I decided to kind of try and divide it, and in the middle there is a mirror. I don't think you can use that mirror because I have raised it up using the 9 key, but there is mirrors and loads of wardrobes and chest of drawers anyway throughout the house, so if you can't use that mirror then it's fine. Like, if you want you can place it down, but I just felt like it looked better a little bit more raised up. But now I am just finishing up this bedroom, and I put in the Lindsay speaker. I was actually going to put in a radio or something, but then I remembered that came with, I think it came with a patch update. And so I decided to put that in because I thought that the sciencey teenager would want to have that. I'm not really sure, but I just put a few skateboards on the wall, and I actually put some graffiti on the other side of the bedroom. and it actually looks really cool. I've never thought to do that. I sized it down. It is actually street graffiti, which you'd probably find on the size of buildings, but I thought it looked pretty nice how I placed it anyway. But anyway guys, we're now coming to the end of today's video. As always, I hope you did enjoy watching me build this American influence styled home, and as always, if you do like my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next speed building video. Bye guys.